Well, former President Jacob Zuma is expected to appear before the Commission of Inquiry into State Capture on Monday. He's thus far shown no sign of softening his defiance and backing down from his refusal to appear. He's since been issued with a summons to appear before the inquiry on Monday. It remains anyone's guess if he will abide. Well, our Newzroom Afrika politics editor Bungalo joins me now. Sbu, a very good evening to you. Since the former president announced the fact that he would not be abiding by the Constitutional Court order, there's been a series of events and drama around his home state in Nkandla. All of it, whether groups or whether individuals, as an attempt to either speak to him about going before the commission or to offer support, at least in the form of MKMVA. Any indication tonight of whether any of these conversations have yielded result?
Look, we do know from the conversation that he had with the MKMVA when they visited him after Malima's visit there last week. He had told the leadership of the MKMVA that he would not be appearing before the Zondo Commission. We do understand also that this was the same message he communicated to Julius Malema and his group that had gone before that. Now, flowing from the NEC meeting of the ANC, which said this weekend, in fact, as I understand it, when I checked a while ago, it was still underway over the past 2 days. The ANC's top six had briefed the NEC to say that they will speak to the former president. We understand that former President Jacob Zuma did join that meeting. Obviously, it is a virtual meeting, but it remains to be seen whether he will honor that invitation by the Zondo Commission. And I think that given his strategy and his legal strategy and what has been happening, including the claims, the evidence that was led before the Constitutional Court, it does not serve President Zuma. It won't serve his interest to appear before the commission, because I think everyone understands his strategy to be that he is actually trying to create not only a political crisis, but also a legal and a constitutional crisis in the country, where a former head of state would be dragged to court, and given the vulnerability and also the volatile nature of our society, and create a political crisis. So if he goes, it then disrupts his entire strategy. So I still believe that he probably will not appear, even though the ANC would have tried. And I don't think that he would not have thought of that when he took the decision to say that he is not going to appear before the commission. He understands what the oath of office was that he took as a president. He understands the importance of the constitution in this country and the implications thereof. If a former president behaves in this manner, he understands what the implications are. What hope is there for any other member or for any South African that anyone will respect the law if someone like a Jacob Zuma, not that I'm saying that is the paragon of good governance or behavior, but as a former president, if someone like him defies the Constitutional Court?
Is there going to be expectation on the ANC to do more than just what perhaps the NEC may have tried to do this weekend, as you've told us, to convince him to go before the Zondo Commission, because he's still a card-carrying member of that organization?
Ordinarily, the ANC should not even have to convince him, because if you go back to the past 2 or 3 NEC decisions taken by the ANC, they took a decision in August where the party reiterated its support for the Zondo Commission. And then it dissuaded, it actually spoke against any member or leader who would disrespect the Zondo Commission. They said it is unacceptable. No leader of the ANC should disrespect the commission. The ANC respects the commission. Even at its last NEC meeting, the same was said. And in all these meetings, President Zuma attended. So ordinarily, if he were a member, a self-respecting member of the ANC and one who respected its leadership, he would abide by that. But clearly, he's not interested in that. So I think this puts the ANC's leadership in a catch-22 situation, because there are those who are saying that President Jacob Zuma for his defiance and his behavior. The ANC should make an example of him. In fact, we had this sentiment expressed earlier, even by the provincial secretary of the Eastern Cape, Lulama Ngcukaitobi, who spoke to Xolim Gambi earlier, saying that that was what they advanced at the NEC meeting, that President Zuma should be charged, or rather his membership should be suspended. Now, if the ANC does that, they would be, according to its rules and regulations and making sure that all members are accountable, that would be the right thing. But politically, it may not be. Given the stature of Jacob Zuma and also the influence that he still wields in at least in KwaZulu-Natal, and what these implications may have for the ANC, which finds itself in a wobbly situation where it still cannot find this elusive concept of unity, which it talks about at every conference and every rally. Yet you can tell by the pronouncement of his leaders, by the posture of his Secretary General, Ace Magashule, that there is no unity in the ANC. So to take a decision as an ANC, as a divided ANC, becomes difficult. That's why even straightforward decisions that the party has earlier agreed to, they cannot effect. Why should it have to be a task team led by Halima Mutlante and Matthews Posa be the one that determines how the step aside rule is interpreted? When the ANC in two successive conferences, 2012 and 2017, made that resolution and refined it in 2017 to be clear. Yet, even after the Integrity Commission in December, the Integrity Commission ruled in December after Ace Magashule appeared before it. It ruled that he should step aside. Yet you had the ANC take this to another task team. So that tells you, that just shows you the lack of political will and how divided the party is. I would not be surprised, Kathy, if flowing from this meeting tonight, that probably Ace Magashule will probably still be the Secretary General of the ANC.
Newzroom Africa's politics editors Bungalwa, we're going to leave it there for tonight.